Oh, motherfucker, you can't have my cornbread. That's for damn sure. Because if you try to take my cornbread, part 2 of my killing spree gonna begin up in here on your ass right now. If you think about my cornbread, get the taste out your mouth. That's for damn sure. Now, fuck him. Fuck that. Because I'm from New York City, goddammit. Nobody take no cornbread from me. That goes for you and any other you motherfucking farmers wanna try some shit. You fuck around with me, it's gonna be consequences and repercussions.
Haters gonna hate.
Oh, what up? What's good, family? They get a round of applause right there, sir. Let's give it up. Welcome, y'all. It's the Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. Maestro Styles and Trey Frazier here in the house, y'all. Just a few things before we get started here. You can follow us on the website, barbershopsportstalkpodcast.com. Make sure y'all check out the live feed. Just click on the chat bubble. Get in the chat room. Chop it up with us throughout the show. Also, if you want to call in, there's a number there. You can call at 240-532-2718. You can also follow us on the Twitter handle at BarbershopSPOR2, as well as the Facebook page. And if you got Instagram, just hit us up at Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast on the Instagram account. So, just want to say what's up to Miss Mocabella, who's the first one up here in the chat room tonight. So we appreciate you, and prayers out to you guys down in Florida.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I know some stuff hit the Bahamas over the past couple of days, and I've seen some pictures, and not very good. Already 5 lives lost in the Bahamas. So rest in peace to those that have fallen because of the storm. To those that are still evacuating Florida, parts of Georgia, and maybe a little bit of the Carolinas, be safe though, for certain.
Yeah, I actually got a coworker who was in South Carolina over the weekend and saw that he said around 1 o'clock Sunday, it was pitch black outside, and they decided it was time to pack the shit up and come on home early.
Yeah.
So I heard it was crazy out there.
This stuff is no joke, man. I mean, I got to give it up to the folks that actually live there, that got houses like right on the water there.
Yeah.
Because
never be me.
I know. Every time something like this is coming upon, they gotta board the place up, and I mean that's a lot of work, I can imagine. So shout out to everybody down south, man. Be safe, be smart, don't do nothing stupid, don't do nothing silly, keep your loved ones safe and all that good stuff. But man, I tell you, man, in the great words of the philosopher Maestro Styles, as he says every day on his Facebook page, God is good, man.
Yes, sir.
God is really good, man. I'm not gonna share exactly what's been going on with me lately, but I just want to say that things have been great. The kids' first day at school today, or at least Natalie for that matter. Nate starts next week, but man, just an awesome day. Awesome day. I got no complaints whatsoever, man.
Yep.
I'm
Shout out to everybody starting school.
Yeah.
Word up. I can't start school today too. So
word up. You can't start it?
Start today. Yeah.
Okay.
So shout out to all
that's what's up.
All the youngins starting school, and all the parents who don't gotta feed them during the middle of the day.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
And then Natalie started her first day at her new school. So, and Nate had orientation in the middle of the day today, which is weird for an orientation to be 11 o'clock during the day. Usually those are like evening situations, but
I don't know about that.
Either way, shout out to my kids, man.
Yeah.
Getting the education on. So,
off the break, man. Let's just go ahead. I'm gonna just go ahead and shout out some Black excellence going on over the weekend. And I want to say it's U.S. Open. I don't follow tennis too tough, but Naomi Osaka, who is the best tennis player as of right now, playing 15-year-old Coco Gauff.
With respects to the great Serena Williams.
Yeah, but I mean, it's no mystery. Naomi is the best in the game right now. And I think Serena is, not necessarily okay with it, but she respects Charlotte's position, especially when Naomi beat her. So
absolutely,
but
absolutely,
Naomi Osaka played Coco Gauff, and what looked like, from what I saw, a dominant victory over the 15-year-old tennis player who looks like she has a promising future. And I guess when they lost, when Coco lost, I guess Naomi walked up to her, let her know, you good, and we got a real good flick of two black sisters coming together and and really embracing each other and having a good moment as the two, or the best presently and possibly the best coming up in the future.
Absolutely.
So I definitely, and I'm kind of big on this. Well, this year I've been kind of big on getting T-shirts that encapsulate moments in sports, and I think that's going to be my next T-shirt, man.
Getting those two,
at the U.S. Open, man. I definitely did want to shout them out because, again, while I'm not a great tennis fan, anybody would you'd be stupid to not pay attention to this situation right here. This was
history's in the making here.
This is that moment was history.
Yeah.
Particularly for black culture.
# Black Girl Magic.
Yeah. So definitely shouts out to Naomi Osaka and Coco Gauff and black people dominating sports once again.
Yes, sir. A round of applause for that.
Yeah, for certain.
You definitely got it. Yeah, man.
So
awesome weekend.
Also. Well, I'm not sure if this happened over the weekend. I guess it had to. That's when I heard about it. Joe Johnson. Well, maybe it's 2 weekends ago. I'll take that back. Maybe it's 2 weekends ago.
Okay.
Where Joe Johnson and his Big Three team won the championship in the Big Three. He hit like a game-winning shot to win the game.
Right.
And because of his play, he's now getting workouts for the NBA again.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, and
I saw that.
Like 3 teams are interested. And I remember the reason why it was important for me to mention is because I remember when the Big Three came out and he was saying, Ice Cube was saying, this is an opportunity for the older cats who get overlooked because of their age to play ball and then maybe get a shot to get back to the NBA. So it's not a thing about trying to, compete with the NBA or anything of that matter, but more so just to give people an opportunity to play ball, one, and then two, if they ball out, the NBA see it and them get a job because of it, back to the NBA because of it. So Joe Johnson, to my knowledge, is the first player to play in the Big Three, ball out, and get an opportunity, or at least get a workout.
I would have to do the research, but I do believe you're right that he is the first
to actually get a workout.
After balling out.
Yeah.
And actually winning the title in the Big Three.
And won an MVP.
Yeah.
Hey man, I hope you get a shot.
Yeah. Truth be told though, man, a part of me always believed that Joe Johnson belonged in the league. When he left, or I don't even know how his exodus came about, to be quite honest with you. But I always thought that he still had some skills.
His last was with the Rockets last, if I'm not mistaken.
The Rockets? Okay, yeah. That does sound right.
And
conference finals, right?
Yeah,
he was on that team.
It wasn't getting much burn. Sure. He was like the 11th man coming off the bench or something like that. Yeah, but wasn't getting burned.
Wasn't getting much.
We're not asking Joe Johnson to start in the NBA.
Right.
We just want him to get get an opportunity. What? He's better than some of these guys that are playing.
I remember, and I don't remember if it was the Golden State series or the series before that, But Cats was like fiending for Joe Johnson to, get on the floor and, get some play.
So they needed some points.
And it was I think it was one of those games in the series where they needed some buckets. They were dry and they was like, yo, what about ISO Joe? Let's get him in the game. Man, I always felt like Joe Johnson should have never resorted to the big three, regardless of what happened. But big ups to him for winning the MVP
and now getting a workout.
Yep.
And I don't recall who the teams were, the three teams, but I remember thinking to myself, he should get a job on one of them teams.
He should. He should.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's what I left thinking. Like, he should definitely.
And can I bring up Melo, since we're talking about guys that should be getting jobs here? So the Brooklyn Nets have hosted a workout for Carmelo Anthony, and there's reason to believe that there's a great chance that Carmelo Anthony will get a contract signed with the Brooklyn Nets. As far as fit goes, I actually like the fit. And again, he's going to come off the bench. I think at this point in his career, that's what he's going to do.
I think he said that he understands that that's the case.
And Kevin Durant, and not that Melo is going to replace Durant in the situation, but if Durant is out and Wilson Chandler is suspended for 20-something games, you need roster spots filled up. Melo's the best one out there. And I'm looking at the Brooklyn Nets saying, hey, why not, man? The fan base and the people that, love the Nets, they're going to embrace Melo.
Yeah.
The borough's going to embrace Melo if this happens. I'm all for it, man. I got a big fist up in the air and hoping that Melo, gets his contract signed with the Nets, man. Because look, Kyrie Irving, as great as he is, man, he could use a Melo.
Yeah, but did they lose anybody on the Nets? I mean,
not nobody significant.
Yeah,
I mean, Dinwiddie is still there. Karis LeVert is still there.
I mean, and obviously, your boys in Golden State.
D'Angelo.
Russell.
Yeah, I mean that's the only one.
Okay,
that's the only one.
Okay.
I mean, granted, he was only there 1 year, but he balled out. That was his best year up to this point in his career. So if you could say there's a loss, it would be that. But you replaced them with KD and Kyrie,
right?
So I think the Nets will be fine in that regard. Look, man, Nets, make it happen, man. Find a way to get this dude who is a surefire Hall of Famer. He's gonna go to the Hall of Fame on skates. Get him on the roster, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm tired of Melo is his game doesn't translate to the league and what they're doing. I don't want to hear that, man. He could shoot threes.
They need somebody that's going to the Nets need somebody that's going to score points right now. And with Kyrie, if they let Kyrie be the hand of the ball, let him do what he do.
Yep.
Carmelo sit on the wing, get you some post up.
Right. And it's not like Dinwiddie and LeVert can't get you 17, 18 a game. They're going to get their 17, 18. If Melo can get you 13, 14, that's good. The Nets will be fine.
I would think he can get them about 15
17.
Yeah, I would think he can.
Okay,
still
yeah.
I mean, in a situation where he's getting the minutes and he's playing, with the reserves per se, as like a 6-man type situation, I can see that happening for him.
Absolutely,
because I don't think he's going to start, without even knowing Brooklyn's lineup.
And I don't think Dinwiddie is going to start either. I think LeVert is going to get back into the starting role. Kyrie is your starter also. Jared Allen, who's really just there for dunks and putbacks.
I mean, but your front court. I mean,
yeah,
he'll be there.
Yeah, he'll definitely be there. I'm just trying to pull up the Nets' current roster here and see. So, DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah,
forgot about DeAndre Jordan being there. So, yeah, there's room for Carmelo Anthony on the roster. I just don't see why this is like not happening any sooner than it should be. So
yeah, man. So
I'm on the campaign for Carmelo Anthony with the Brooklyn Nets in 2019. That's exactly where I'm at with that. What else do we got? So we got no more NBA news, but let me say what's up in the chat room real quick. We got Mo Cheese, a.k.a. Grits, repping the X Squad. What's going on, Mo Cheese? Mo Cheese and Microwave John Fisher. Got the Fish and Grits show. Make sure y'all check that out. We also got Big Kev 303 up here in the building. What's going on?
What's happening?
What's going on, y'all? Appreciate y'all hitting the chat room, man.
Okay, I guess we were going to football news anyway, and I just want to put this out here because we didn't put it in our notes, but it surfaced today that Zeke is in Dallas. They trying to put together this contract.
Yeah,
5 years, $90 million.
Yep.
Is the maybe it's 6 years, $90 million.
I think it's 6.
Okay,
I saw 6. Yeah.
Okay, so that is the number. Those are the numbers that are being reported.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts? Is that would make him the highest paid player? That I did read that would make him the highest paid player. Oh, running back. I'm sorry.
Okay, I was just about to ask you.
Running back.
Okay. Wow, more than Gurley and Le'Veon, huh?
Yeah. And I would think that it. Well, I would think a couple of things. It's about the market. Mm-hmm. One. While and I have this argument or discussion constantly because I talk to a Dallas Cowboy fan essentially all day at work, and
you talk to him every day. It seemed like
that's my homie. I talk to her every single day,
right.
And more times than that, the Cowboys come up every day for some reason, and
Super Bowl hopes, man.
Well, I tell you,
it's been a while for them.
I tell you, since she's been since I've known her for about 5 years, Dallas haven't always been Super Bowl contenders. Probably more so now than more so now than they've been in the past 5 years. They've been Super Bowl contenders. They haven't been Super Bowl contenders. So she every year is
same old talk. We're going to Super Bowl.
Or like
watch out for the Cowboys.
She's a Cowboy fan, so there's no snap to that. But all that to say, she's concerned with the guaranteed money.
Okay.
In her mind, it better be half of that. Half of that better be guaranteed, and there better be a $25 million signing bonus. Those are her demands,
right? And it also sounds like she's putting those demands out there because she wants Dak to get his money as well when that time comes up.
No, her argument is that Dak, we wouldn't even be talking about Dak Prescott if it wasn't for Ezekiel Elliott, which I agree with.
Facts.
And so the two arguments are he's just as good, if not better, than Todd Gurley and Le'Veon Bell, which
leading rusher to the last 3 years.
Yeah. There's not a big argument there. If
deserves the money.
I think Zeke's the second best running back in the league, but I think those the other BS things that he was dealing with put a little damper on it, like it did with Le'Veon. But he should be paid. I think that he should be paid what he wants.
Deserves the money.
Simply because
he is their offense.
Well, he's Dak Prescott for certain, and I think if you get Dak Prescott going, then everything else falls in line. Right now, it's their time to win the Super Bowl. If it
in the next couple of years, I would say
I would think so.
Yeah, it's about that time.
Yeah, I would think it's about time for them to.
Cowboys got to put it together.
Yeah,
they got to put it together.
I would think between in these next 2 or 3 years would be the time to.
Because historically, particularly the last, if you go back 10, 15 years, every time the Cowboys come off a historic season, then the following season something happens and they don't get it done.
Well, I can't recall a time. And by the way, they gave their
who was it, a tackle, right?
Yeah, Collins got him right too.
Yep.
I can't recall a time since the 90s where Dallas have been more primed for a Super Bowl.
Yeah. This millennium, it just hasn't been there for them.
Right now, it seemed like I
think the closest team that you could say was right there was that 07 squad when T.O. and Romo was, going back and forth there. That was the squad.
Yeah, but even then, they didn't have this defense. They didn't have this defense, and they weren't.
They didn't have this defense.
Is better than that 07 defense.
And I don't think that 07 defense was terrible.
No.
Yeah.
This defense right here, though, has the opportunity to be a top 5, top 3 defense.
Mm-hmm. They were top 5 last year.
Yeah, I believe so.
At one point, I thought they were the best defense in the league.
Yeah, I remember us talking about that.
Yeah.
But they certainly had the opportunity. They got it at every level of the field. So locking up Zeke was key.
Oh yeah,
and it was more important. Now I always contended my argument is that while I believe that Zeke should be signed first and he should be taken care of first, people tend to lean to the quarterback because of the quarterback. But I think Dallas got it right in this situation. Dak now other I guess hot topic, me reporting my coworker report, that's my Dallas insider, I guess. She tends to believe that Dak is going to get locked up before the season ends.
It's interesting.
Yeah, so
listen, and I think I mentioned this when I was with Fish and Grits in Atlanta. Lock him up now, because if you wait till the offseason and he's on the market or he has a chance to hit the market, let's say Dallas goes out and gets to the Super Bowl and they win the Super Bowl. Now you're paying him more than what you would have had to pay him if you lock him up in the middle of the season, or even now for that matter.
Yeah.
So, but on Dak's part, if I'm Dak Prescott, I'm saying to myself, hell no, I'm not signing no extension right now. I got a chance to ball out, make some money.
Yeah.
I'm up it. I'm gonna up it. I'm gonna do what Flacco did years ago: take the chance, win the bowl, and get paid. So I'm good on Dak's part. Good for him, but definitely if I'm the Dallas front office, I'm trying to pay that dude
with
right
this
now.
roster, with this Dallas Cowboy roster. Do you think how many years you giving Jason Garrett if they don't win a Super Bowl?
It's funny. This question seems so outdated because
he should have been fired.
He should have been gone a long time ago. And let me remind everybody that for about a 3-year stretch years ago, they lost the last weekend of the season to the Giants for the division. They lost to RG3 and the Skins to the division the following year. And then the year after that, 3rd year in a row, they lose to the Eagles at home. Granted, Romo was hurt. He couldn't play in that game. So they lost to 3 divisional rivals for the division 3 years in a row. To me, that's a fireable offense.
Right.
And, he's still here coaching at this point.
Some would say that Ezekiel Elliott saved that.
That's true.
Some would say Ezekiel Elliott gave him some leeway.
Yeah, for certain.
Yeah.
But the year, what was the year of the catch? The Dez catch that wasn't a catch.
2 years ago,
2014. Yeah, I think it was 2014.
2014.
I think it was 2014. I think that was.
You sure it wasn't later than that?
No, I think it was 2014. I mean, that was before Dak came in and Zeke came in, actually.
Oh, okay. I'm mixing the Cowboy Packer moments. The last time they played in the playoffs is when
Rodgers to what was that, Corliss?
To whoever it was on the sideline. Okay,
right. No, not that catch. I'm talking about the Dez catch.
Yeah, you talking about
they called back in Green Bay.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Mixing the moments up. Gotcha.
Right. So, I mean, even that Cowboys team was a pretty good team that year, but I thought they got robbed in that game.
You giving them how much time? You giving them?
I'm giving them a year, to be quite honest with you.
So this year,
yeah.
So if you don't get them, because I just heard Stephen A. yelling at Will Kane about it before you got here, and he said that if they don't make the conference championship this year, that they should call for his job. Jason Garrett should be fired. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was an interesting question of what y'all felt like.
I can understand that point because they haven't been that far in a while either. I mean, you were talking about the Super Bowl.
I feel like the Dallas Cowboys got just as much opportunity in the NFC as any other team in the NFC.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I'm not...
They just can't get in their own way, man.
I'm not ready to call it. I'm not ready to give it to the Cowboys yet. Mm-hmm. But I will say that they got just as good as a shot as anybody. Mm-hmm. And
the front office did their job. I think there's one thing we could definitely say.
Agree. Yeah,
they did their job.
It's not done yet because they ain't signed them yet. But
sure. But let's remember the DeMarcus Lawrence contract. They got him locked up. Zeke, if they get that together.
DeMarcus Lawrence.
DeMarcus Lawrence.
Gotcha. I don't know why I was mixing him up with Ware. Gotcha.
And the tackle they just gave money to.
And then they just signed Jalen Smith.
Yes.
Before that, linebacker.
Yep.
They're locking their key players.
They're locking their key players up, and Van Der Vesch.
He's fine.
He's on a rookie contract, so you don't have to worry about him.
I mean, they didn't really have to worry about Jalen Smith. I think they was
right.
I don't know
proactive on that.
Yeah, I don't know what they.
I think they were proactive on that. But the fact that you don't have to lock up Van Der Esch right now, and that he's productive, what he's doing now is great. So front office did their job.
Everybody's good.
It's up to the coach to get it done.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Well, would you say if they don't get this deal done with Zeke? Mm-hmm. Would you take all that back about the front office doing their job?
Yes,
right.
I would.
Yeah,
I would. Yeah. And quite frankly, my prediction on the Cowboys getting to the playoffs this season is dependent upon whether this guy gets his money now or if they don't pay him and he's forced to sit out a couple games.
Well, not forced. He's going to sit.
He's going to sit out.
He's going to sit out. That's what he said.
It's going to come down. I'm telling you. Let this scenario play out where they don't come to this deal and he sits out 2 games. That'll be the 2 games that they need to get to the playoffs or win a division. Yeah. It'll be typical Cowboys if that happened. So I think if you're asking my prediction, I think they get the deal done. Just based on the recent reports.
I think they better.
Yeah,
I think they better.
I think they get this done.
Yeah,
and plus I need to make predictions. Like I can't waver anymore.
Yeah,
So speaking of running backs, though, I got to talk about the Melvin Gordon thing here because I was one of the guys that thought that this was not going to be a big deal for the Chargers. That this was just another one of those situations where a guy who's produced just wants his money, and that the Chargers was eventually they were going to give in and they were going to come to an agreement. The fact that they told this guy, "Hey, you and your agent go out and seek a trade somewhere else," that stunned me. And just like the situation with the Cowboys, the playoffs for the Chargers hinges on Melvin Gordon being there or not, in my opinion.
Okay,
I know Phillip Rivers and Keenan Allen, and I get all that.
And even Eckler. I mean, Eckler is not Melvin Gordon.
Agree.
Eckler and that third running back, Justin James, I want to say his name. He gashed us last year.
Yeah. That's what I think about.
Those two ain't no slouch neither.
They're not.
I don't know that the buck stops with. Matter of fact, I'm confident that the buck doesn't stop with Melvin Gordon, and I think they knew that and told him to do what he's going to do. And I would love the dude to get paid.
Right.
I would love the dude to get paid, but
right.
I don't see that their playoff situation is necessarily done because Melvin Gordon doesn't play.
And here's why I say that. This is why I say that. I didn't have him in my top 5, and that's because of the situation that's happening now. But
who? Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon. That's
the only reason you didn't have him in your top 5 because of the situation.
Yeah, because of the situation.
Oh, he wasn't in my top 5 just because he wasn't in my top 5.
But I do believe though that the talent he has and what he's shown, he has top 5 running back ability.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that.
I really feel like he changes games for the Chargers. I really do. I think he's that much of a difference maker. And let's not act like the Chargers were, been good for the last 5 years. They just got back to the playoffs last year after missing it 7 out of the last 8 and out of, 4 of the last 4. So, they still gotta,
I think
show
Eckler
me.
and Justin Jackson make a difference, though. Eckler has.
We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. And you mentioned the Steeler game last year. They came in, they did their work, but can they keep it up? That's the question I got with those.
Did Melvin
running backs.
Gordon play in that playoff game against the Ravens?
I believe he did.
Okay,
I believe he did. Yeah,
I couldn't remember.
Yeah. He gashed us pretty good. Defensively, they gashed us defensively.
Yeah.
For real. But yeah, I just think that's sad. And I hate using that word for something like this. I mean, there's sadder things in life, but the fact that one of the better running backs who hasn't really gotten to his second contract is now being asked to go seek trades from other teams. So it looks like the Chargers aren't going to, pay this guy. It doesn't look that way.
Not yet,
right?
Not yet.
It don't look that way.
I mean,
I guess I'm surprised that it's gotten to this point.
I'm not surprised. I'm not mad at Melvin Gordon saying, "Hey, give me
I'm
some
not
more.
either. I'm not
give me
either.
some more money." But
usually, when you got somebody that's good, you know.
But and he's been good. I'm not. I don't want to seem like I'm shitting on the fact that he hasn't been good. He's been good,
right?
But he don't got Ezekiel Elliott pool necessarily do that, and his stats don't necessarily suggest that he has Ezekiel Elliott.
And because Phillip Rivers and the other guys, they're it's more of a passing attack, and Phillip Rivers is getting paid a lot of money, and I understand.
I
understand. I understand.
Again, I ain't mad at him from taking a shot.
Right.
I think he'll find very quick that nobody's going to trade for him, then give him a contract.
Right.
All before
because these running backs recognize that the league is looking at their position as this. Oh, you're replaceable after a rookie contract.
You got three. They got two serviceable, not as good as Melvin Gordon yet, running backs on their roster that have at least have in-game experience.
And they have in-game experience.
So
and when you saw them, they looked good.
Yeah.
I just want to see more.
Yeah. No. 100%.
Yeah.
But it's so many people that the running back is undervalued because there's so many people that could do it for cheaper. I mean, I'm even looking at like James Conner to Le'Veon Bell last year, who we know Le'Veon Bell is the better running back, but if James Conner put up comparable numbers, like
at a cheaper cost,
you're right. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel you.
It's just that business thing, and unfortunately, it's a business.
It is.
It's a business.
I tell you what, the Charger fans gonna be mad at me.
So Jadaveon Clowney gets traded to the Seahawks. Speaking of business, he wanted a new contract. They traded him.
Yep.
They traded him, and even they got. I want to say they got a 3rd round pick from the Seahawks. Barkevious Mingo is now a Texan, and I think another pass rusher is a Texan. They gave
Jaron Reed, who's going to be suspended for I think 6 games.
Okay,
because I did read that somewhere.
But was good to my understanding last year in Seattle.
Was good, 10 sacks.
Good.
10 plus sacks. Yep.
10. Jaron Reed, 10 plus sacks. 10 plus sacks last year.
Yep.
Barkevious Mingo, who's a good linebacker. 2 pass rushers and a 3rd round pick for Jadaveon Clowney.
Yeah. And Seattle still has Ziggy Ansah, which I forgot about.
Yeah.
And who's the other cat? Not Bobby Wagner. They got another guy that could. They got another guy that could rush the passer.
But hold on, did they overpay for this dude?
For Jadaveon Clowney?
They overpay for this dude?
Let me be clear about something here. I'll answer that question, but I just want to be clear about something here because I think there's people. No, I don't think there are cats that are overrating Jadaveon Clowney. Let me be clear. Jadaveon Clowney is a good player.
Yeah.
He's a good player. 9.5 sacks last year, 9 sacks the year before that when Watt was out for the season. Jadaveon Clowney's a good player. He has the speed to drop back in coverage and cover tight ends. He can, cover the intermediate routes. He can rush the passer. He's good. He's good. Does he change the game though? Can he wreck an offensive line?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
I don't know that he can do that. And you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna bring JJ Watt in the conversation. I'm sorry. I'm not trading JJ Watt.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean, if you want to look at it and say, well, he had 16 sacks last year, so there's some trade value. Okay, cool. I could see the point about.
But there was talks about trading JJ Watt.
No, there's an opinion out there that JJ Watt should have been the one traded and not Jadaveon Clowney.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So, yeah. So I'm like, look, if you want to say he's coming off a good year and you want to get something for him, okay, fine. The Patriots do that better than anybody.
Job accomplished. They've clearly gotten some value for Jadaveon Clowney.
Yeah.
Clearly.
You're right.
Yeah.
And we're not even talking about the Tunsil and the Stills deal here.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a second. But I just want to, make my stance clear. Jadaveon Clowney is a good player. I just don't know that, A, you break the bank for him, that you put your focus, solely on him.
Put your money to him, basically.
Right. I don't know if you do it with that guy. And number two, he hasn't proven to me that. I mean, yeah, I've watched the games where he has been double teamed, but I don't know that he commands it 100% of the time. I mean, I know you haven't watched a lot of Texans.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you what I do know. I know that J.J. Watt got double-digit sacks pretty much anytime he's healthy.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
That's not the case.
When Clowney wasn't there.
Well,
before Clowney got there.
Yeah.
J.J. Watt was putting up 20 sacks.
Look, let me
season.
J.J. Watt is a better pass rusher right now than Jadaveon Clowney. Healthy. If you're talking about J.J. Watt not being healthy, then maybe there's room for argument. But as of right now, J.J. Watt is still a better pass rusher than Jadaveon Clowney.
Yeah, he's coming off of 16 sacks.
Yeah, period.
And some people's opinion is, he's got 16 sacks because of Clowney.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
I don't even respect that opinion.
I don't know that for sure.
I gotta see. I would have to watch tape, but as of right now, until I watch tape, I don't even respect that opinion. I can't.
Would I have liked for the Texans to keep both of those guys? Absolutely, absolutely.
Then they got Jaron Reed, who you just said getting 10 sacks. I mean, so
right.
It's like my and let me get an answer. Did they overcompensate? No. Okay.
No, I think, and I also think this deal was done because they want to protect Watson, so they went out and told the Dolphins, "Hey, since you're tanking, let me get your best offensive lineman, and let's get Kenny Stills."
No. I'm talking about the Jadaveon Clowney with them sending Jaron Reed over.
Oh no, I know what you're saying.
Oh.
I know what you're saying. The compensation, just that trade alone, is fine. I'm cool with that. But the point I'm trying to make is that I don't think they make the Stills Tunsil deal without the Clowney deal. I don't think all those players.
Well, didn't the Clowney deal happen? I thought the Clowney deal happened first.
Yeah, the Clowney deal happened first. But what I'm saying is that I don't think they make the Stills Tunsil deal with Clowney on the roster. Still, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't know if they make that happen.
Okay.
Because and that would have been fire. Truth be told, if they would have kept Clowney and get the trade from the Dolphins, that would have been fire.
That would have been fine too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in turn, so you're okay with Clowney? You're okay with?
I'm okay with the compensation for Clowney. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the Texans making that.
Okay, but this is more for the Seahawks, though.
For the Seahawks, I'm fine. I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
And they've made a lot of moves. They've made a lot of moves.
I feel like
that make you question
if the reasoning is because you don't want to pay Jadaveon Clowney, then fine, I guess.
Right.
I feel like that's a lot to give up. Essentially, you gave up 2 good pass rushers and a 3rd rounder for Jadaveon Clowney. Now, if you know something, and I was just literally talking about this a couple hours ago. If you know for a fact in your mind that they mishandled Jadaveon Clowney, and when
that's
to Seattle,
very possible.
It's very possible.
That's very, very possible
that they've mishandled Jadaveon Clowney, meaning these dudes didn't know what to do with him,
right? And
now you bringing him, and you think you know what's going to make Jadaveon Clowney an All-Pro caliber player, right? Then cool. Then I'm cool with the conversation. Yeah. But in my mind, you best better know that.
Yeah. On Seattle's part.
On Seattle's part, right. You best better know that. You best better know that.
I feel you on that.
Because if this dude is essentially doing what he's doing in Houston, which is good. Yep. I still feel like, and I get it, Wagner's there. Wagner is a middle linebacker. He's like, he rushes the passer, but his bread and butter is more covering the middle. Yep. Covering, making sure. I'm
gonna say he's not a sack getter.
Well, he had 13 last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Bobby Wagner?
Yeah, I feel like he's a high sack guy. I feel like he's a high sack guy.
I'll fact check that.
For certain, fact check me. But with that being said, I would expect Jadaveon Clowney to be up there with some of the top pass rushers this year for this to be a good trade, right? A good trade in my mind. This trade happened because the Seahawks think they know what they about to do with Jadaveon Clowney.
So, guess how many sacks Bobby Wagner had last year?
How many?
1.
Oh.
Guess how many he has in his career total?
Really? How many?
16 and a half.
Wow. So, okay, so
he's a middle linebacker.
I get that.
Yeah.
But I don't know where the hell I got those numbers from then, but
now Frank Clark had a really good year last year.
I'm aware of Frank. I'm aware of Frank Clark. Yeah. So I mean, my numbers are wrong, but my point remains is that they looking for somebody that's going to be a dominant sacker, a dominant pass rusher. That's what they're. That's what they're looking for. That's what they're looking for. Yeah. And
Bobby Wagner's strength to me is just him just stopping a run.
Yeah.
Covering the middle of the field. I think those are his strengths, really. Right. But, RC. Thanks, RC. What's going on?
But that's what I was getting at. I just thought his sack numbers were better. But that's what I was getting at is that they were looking for a guy. They're looking for a guy that's going to up these sack numbers. Now, fact check me again, because now I feel like I'm totally off about Seattle Seahawks. Frank Clark is gone.
Frank Clark went to the Chiefs. Right. And I even forgot, because I was trying to make the point to somebody a few days ago. Oh, they got Clowney, they got Frank Clark, they got Jaron Reed. I was like, I forgot Frank Clark got traded to the Chiefs last year.
So they're looking to fill a void. They're looking to fill the void as well.
They got to fill voids. Yep.
So also the Texans were busy. The Texans are still being busy this week before kickoff. Yep. They set up a trade for Laremy Tunsil, and I hope you got the compensation because I didn't think to put it down.
2 firsts. It was, I think, another player in that deal. So 2 firsts and a player for Tunsil and Kenny Stills. If I'm the Texans, I definitely make that move, especially if you want to protect your franchise quarterback. That's exactly where I'm at with that. Now, some people might think that the Texans mortgage the future, which is giving up those 2 firsts. But let me be clear about something. Laremy Tunsil was, coming out of the draft before the video came out. Laremy Tunsil was expected to be a top 3 pick until that video came out. And then cats was saying, guy has the potential to be a future
He
Hall
kind
of
of got
Famer
put in
guy.
football purgatory per se.
Exactly. And I think, with the Dolphins, he's not bad with the Dolphins, but now he's with a contender. I think you're going to see the best out of Laremy Tunsil in this situation.
And he's been quiet since he's been in Miami. So
Absolutely.
It's not like,
the dude ain't been getting in trouble and all that.
He just took a stupid ass picture that he shouldn't have took.
Yeah.
Or had taken of him, however it happened.
Somebody, I believe somebody sabotaged him.
whoever it was.
That's
I don't
how
even think it was sabotage. I think it was somebody stupid that didn't know no better, didn't know what was about to happen here.
Right.
And
I remember the moment because we were going to pick him, and the video came out, and then they passed on him, and then they picked up Ronnie Stanley instead.
And I guess a lot of people felt like Stills was dealt because of his whole... this whole, I guess, Brian Flores, Kenny Stills issue with the whole Jay-Z thing. But whether that be the case or not, Deshaun Watson has cleaned up because Kenny Stills is a solidified deep target.
Yep. And it matters. To me, it matters that this guy can compete for the number 2 spot.
And with respect to Will Fuller and Cootie, whatever the dude named 16, Cootie,
Cutie,
whoever he is, I don't see why Kenny Stills doesn't get this number 2 job.
But I think if I had to make a prediction, I think they're gonna put him in the slot.
Maybe, but if I were to make a prediction. And correct me if I'm wrong, Will Fuller is the bigger receiver.
Yes, he is.
I will put him in the slot.
You will put Will Fuller in the slot?
Will Fuller in the slot. I will put Will Fuller in the slot.
Interesting.
And make them smaller slot corners have to deal with him.
They have matchup problems.
Yeah. If I were, if I were, and Kenny Stills deep, we already know what that is.
Right.
Right. I know Lamar Miller's out for the season. Really,
Duke Johnson.
We know Duke Johnson's there. That's
and Carlos Hyde, I think, is there too.
I ain't really concerned about Carlos Hyde. I'm I'm sure he'll get some carries, but
they'll split.
Yeah, but Duke Johnson, this Duke Johnson's chance to shine.
I thought he was going to start. To be honest with you,
over Lamar Miller.
Over Carlos Hyde.
Oh, okay.
Because of Lamar Miller's injury.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'm about to say, I don't think he was going to start up Lamar Miller.
Oh, no. I thought, remember, Duke Johnson, I thought, got traded after Lamar Miller tore his ACL, I thought.
I thought it happened before.
I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could be, but I thought that's why they made the move, because of the injury.
Maybe.
So,
but I'm going to tell you, this Duke Johnson's chance. Duke Johnson, and it's funny because I was listening, might have just been on this fantasy thing I had planned before we went on.
Yeah.
Somebody called Duke Johnson the best running back in a while out of Miami. And, obviously he went to Cleveland and never really got his opportunity to be that guy.
Right.
This is an opportunity where he got an opportunity to be that guy. We know what he does out the backfield catching the ball.
Right.
Man, he's going to get an opportunity to actually run the ball too. This is going to be his chance to really show out.
210 pounds, 5'9", age 25. Yeah. You better start to get something going at age 25.
Yeah. And I honestly, seemed like he'd been in the league forever. I didn't realize he was that young.
Yeah.
But his chance, here we are.
No doubt.
Here we are.
Hey, let me read something from Miss Mocha Bella real quick here. She said, get rid of Tunsil Stills. And I forgot about Kiko Alonso. They traded him too.
Where'd he go?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I do know that the Dolphins were really cleaning up the house there.
Yeah, I don't remember much about it. The last thing I remember about Kiko Alonso is when he popped
Joe
Flacco.
Yep. I got to find out where he went. But but to the people that were killing the Dolphins after they made these moves, they told you they were tanking long before they made these moves. So why?
Yeah, like what was you really expecting?
Like,
what was you really expecting?
Like one dude was like, "Oh, the Dolphins are cheating. Now they tanking because they want the number one pick." Dude,
number one pick ain't going to make them a playoff team.
This isn't basketball, okay?
Yeah.
This ain't basketball.
Yeah.
The Dolphins told you who they were long before they made these moves.
Right.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, really? That's what they told you that they were?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And let's be clear. If you ask me who's a better quarterback at this point, it's got to be Fitzpatrick, but why not go
disagree.
with what if Josh Rosen showing you to really feel like...
but if you're the Dolphins and you know you ain't going nowhere, don't you gotta see what Josh Rosen is? Isn't he the better quarterback in this situation?
Well, what's their situation?
They're
What do
not
you consider
winning.
their situation?
They not going nowhere. If there's a nominee for the worst team in the AFC, it's the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, like they are, like they've been for
the whole offseason, pretty
Yeah.
much. Why is Ryan Fitzpatrick starting? Why?
because they're tanking.
Why don't you tank with Josh Rosen then?
Because he can get hurt. Again, it's his second year.
I get it. Didn't you give up picks to get him?
Yeah, but you don't want to get him killed before you get a team to put around him.
I gotta know what he is.
I do agree. You gotta know what he is.
Because Arizona just
Not this year.
Yeah,
I don't need to know this year what he is. Because clearly, I'm not giving him nothing to play with. I'm not giving him anything to play with.
okay. Kenyon Drake ain't good. I mean, he ain't gonna carry you, but
He's not going to remotely carry you.
he's good. He ain't, you know.
Yeah, no.
I ain't saying he's Zeke Elliott.
He ain't not even he's not a middle tier running back.
No, he's not. I think.
Yeah, I mean he's
okay.
a guy that got potential.
Right.
Yeah, that's what he is. A guy that got
Yeah.
potential. Yeah, I'm not getting my quarterback killed, and you trade away your best lineman.
Well, I tell you what, they better give Brian Flores time. I'm gonna be pissed if they don't get that man this time, man.
Get ready.
Don't do what Steve Wilkes on
Get
him,
ready.
please.
Well, get ready, my brother.
Don't pull in Arizona, please,
Get
Miami.
ready. Get ready.
Don't do that.
So the moment that everybody's waiting for.
Yes, sir. One more thing.
Okay.
Kiko Alonso went to the Saints. Thanks,
Yeah,
Mocabella.
Yeah, so I really don't care about Kiko Alonso. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right.
Playoff predictions.
all right.
Who is going to the playoffs? We get to debate. Obviously, chat room listeners. If you want to talk about it, we could talk about it.
Yeah. Let me and that allowed me. Let me, if you don't mind, let me reset the show real quick. It's Maestro Styles. It's Trey Frazier. It's the Barbershop Sports Talk podcast on a Tuesday night. If you want to call into the show, the number's 240-532-2718. You can check us out on the website, barbershopsportstalkpodcast.com. You want to get in the chat room, just go to the website, click on the live feed, click the chat bubble, and it'll take you right to the chat room. And like I said, if you want to call in, that number again, 240-532-2718, and I'll put it in the chat room as well, in case anybody in the chat wants to, get a show a call here. So, playoff predictions for the 2019 season in the NFL. I guess in years past, I guess we've gone division by division. I think it's interesting that way, so I guess we'll do it that way again. So I guess we can start with let's start with the NFC. Let's start with the NFC. Both our teams is in the AFC. Let's start with the NFC. So, what you got going with the NFC East?
Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys, division winners.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay.
Nobody else comes out of the East.
Nobody else coming out the East, huh?
Nope.
Okay. My confidence in Zeke getting signed. I think they make the playoffs.
Yep.
I do not think they win the division. I think the Eagles, with Carson Wentz being fully healthy, with all his receivers around him, with all the talent on defense, and a coach that can actually coach. I got
Who's
to
that coach again?
Doug Peterson.
Doug Peterson. I've been meaning it because I've been hearing this Eagle talk a lot.
Okay, through your sister, I assume.
No, not even. I haven't even talked to my sister about it.
Okay.
Why has everybody got this Eagles team so high this year? Just because of Carson Wentz and Deshaun Jackson? Jordan Howard,
Carson Wentz is healthy, and the last time we seen him healthy, the guy was an MVP candidate.
I mean, didn't what we talking about him being fully healthy this time last year?
Yeah, and I think the time he was in there, he was... I mean, I don't believe he was himself because he was recovering from the injury.
But wasn't we saying a fully healthy Carson Wentz then?
I don't think he was fully healthy last year.
Okay.
I think he came back maybe a little bit too soon.
But I'm just talking about this time last year. I guess what I'm saying is what makes us so sure that he's going to come back and be that dude. Deshaun Jackson is a good deep, probably the best, one of the best in the game right now at wide receiver going deep.
Yep.
But outside of that, I don't like Nelson Aguilar. He had a year last year, had a good year last year.
Right.
I don't know if I believe Nelson Aguilar yet.
Alshon Jeffrey
is a
big time receiver.
Big time? I think he's a middle of the pack receiver.
I'm sorry, I meant just a big physical. That's what I meant. That's what I meant by
right. Okay,
that's
he's
what I
big
meant. I'm
physical,
sorry.
Yeah,
but
like nobody on that receiving core per se scares me.
Okay, what about the defense? You like the defense?
Their secondary is still the same. I mean, what did they do in the secondary to make me believe the secondary is going to be good? The secondary has been been bad for 2 years.
Oh, okay. Going back to the Super Bowl year.
They've been bad for 2 years.
Okay. Front line, D line.
I mean, Fletcher Cox is going to be Fletcher Cox. Nothing on this team scares me. Whereas we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys, who had a top 5 defense last year,
no doubt,
and locked up some of their key pieces in that defense.
Mm-hmm.
The best running back in the league, a quarterback who is not one of the best quarterbacks in the game, but has some type of a clutch in him,
right?
And Amari Cooper. I don't see how people. It's in my mind the only thing that stops the Cowboys from getting to the playoffs and winning this division is Ezekiel Elliott.
I was gonna say the Cowboys, but I get your point.
It's Ezekiel Elliott.
I get your point
because he commands so much respect.
Right.
It opens up everything else that Dak Prescott needs to do. But this defense is still top tier defense, and Philly ain't.
I think. And it's a prediction on my part. Carson Wentz fully healthy. I think he's had more time to heal. I can't remember what he injured last year, but it's definitely not the ACL for certain. So obviously, ACL's healed up from a couple years ago. Whatever injury he got last year, he'll be healed from that. I'm just expecting Carson Wentz to start all 16 games. Is he considered injury prone based on what we've seen throughout his career? Yes, he's injury prone.
But basically, you're saying that is in your mind, and I'm just trying to
Yep.
In your mind, Carson Wentz is going to be the reason. It's going to be the game.
I believe
the major reason.
He's going to be the major reason why the Eagles are going to win this division.
Okay.
Now that doesn't mean they're going to win 13, 14 games. I just think. They could win 11. I think he'd go 11-5.
Give me the Cowboys,
and the Cowboys can go 10-6.
Okay,
off of that. Their schedules though, AFC East, that's going to be pretty soft to get through, minus the Patriots.
Yeah.
NFC, I think they play the North. If I'm not mistaken, I have to check that, but I think they play the North, which is not it's not. I wouldn't consider the North a cupcake division. But I only got one team coming out of the NFC North this year, and to me, that's going to be the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
I think they get their act together finally.
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers is going to be Aaron Rodgers. He going to put them numbers up.
Yeah, we agree.
In my opinion,
we agree there that the Packers is going to win that division.
Okay, how you feeling about Chicago?
I think they're going to get the 6.
They're going to get the 6?
The wild card.
Oh, the wild card. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
I think they're going to get the 6.
Okay. Yeah. It's funny because I gambled on Chicago last year, and it came true for me. I'm just trying to think, man.
Second best defense in the league.
Yeah, defense is good, man. Trubisky, is he going to take the step? Because
he definitely looks like he's capable of taking the step.
He is capable of it. I'm just looking at the weapons on offense. It's Tariq Cohen and it's everybody else at this point. And
but wasn't that the case last year?
Jordan Howard.
Jordan Howard didn't have a great year last year.
He didn't because Tariq Cohen was taking some of the stuff. But
even with I would challenge somebody to stat check it, but I don't. He didn't have a good year last year.
No, I agree with you there,
and I don't think it was just because they were splitting carries.
You thought he just? I think
it was. I don't know if I won't say fell off. I say I don't think he had a good year last year.
Or is it that he couldn't fit the offense that Nagy was? Because there was some talk about that.
That's possible. I don't know why he had an off year or a down year.
There was some talk about that.
But it seems to me he definitely had a down year, or they weren't playing him as much. Something happened, and maybe the Eagles is the change he needed. But Tariq Cohen, I mean, for all intents and purposes, outplayed him last year, and would explain why, and not to shoot him, not to sell Howard short. Cohen just fits Nagy's offense better.
I agree with that.
That's important to say.
Yep.
But with that said, I still don't feel like Jordan Howard took great advantage of the opportunities he was given.
Okay.
I just from what I saw.
Okay.
From what I saw, and
I don't think.
And I don't watch Bears games, but I've seen a few just based on
Yep. I don't think the Bears are going to be terrible this year. I do think they're going to win less than 12 games. Obviously, they might be a 9-7, 8-8 type of team. I don't know. I mean, again, defense is good.
Defense is
got Pro Bowlers everywhere.
One of the best in the game.
But offensively, and I know what they were last year, but there's still nobody that really. Does anybody frighten you on the offense? Tariq Cohen,
and that's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
And not that this is going to make much of a difference, but do they trust the kicker that they signed? I mean, I know he went 8 for 9 in the preseason, and he deserved to get the spot. But that's going to be pressure because fans is expecting the dude to not hit the crossbar 5-6 times a season. So, are they going to run into that issue again? That's going to cost some games in the end.
Well, I won't concern myself with kicking yet. Not because it's not important, but because this defense is, like I said, the defense is going to keep them in games.
Yep.
Trubisky is
There's
if
upside.
The opportunities are there, he'll take advantage of some of them.
There's upside.
Tariq Cohen is a home run hitter. Tariq Cohen is a home run hitter anytime he touches the ball.
Right.
I know that's the cliche thing to say, but it really is the truth when you're talking about Tariq Cohen. Like I said, and I said this last year, he Tyreek Hill at running back. That's what Tariq Cohen is.
Right.
If he touched the ball, it's a good opportunity. He going to the house. So
yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
Yeah, I think that's enough. They'll probably still beat the Vikings. They'll probably still beat the Lions twice. And they'll split.
So you got Bears second in the division. You got Vikings third?
Third.
Yeah, I do too. I got Vikings third. I don't know, man.
And the only reason that may change is with Dalvin Cook healthy, taking some of that pressure off of Kirk Cousins.
Yep.
But like I said, I think the Bears defense is too good.
Okay.
I think they're too good, and they get turnovers. I think they're too good.
Yeah, that's
they get
true.
turnovers.
They strip the ball. They do all that turnovers. Really well. Yeah. Okay. NFC South.
Give me the Saints.
I'm going real big prediction here. Bold prediction here. Falcons win the division.
I don't know if that's bold. I think a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I don't know if that's bold.
Are on the Falcons a little bit. A bounce back.
Yeah.
Injuries. They get the guys back on defense.
Freeman, for that matter.
Devontae Freeman. get him back healthy. Tampa Bay gets a wild card in the NFC.
Yeah, I don't see that.
I like Bruce Arians taking over this team, and historically, Bruce Arians has coached some pretty good teams, man.
Yeah.
Historically, I think he can I think he can get Jameis on his game, man. I really think he. They got
this year.
They got some this year.
Nah,
this year.
I don't think so.
I think they got some talent, man. The defense was terrible last year. I totally get that. The defense was terrible. They really can't go nowhere but up at this point.
Nah, they can get worse.
Worse than 32nd?
Yeah, they can get worse. They can be 33rd.
Worse than 32nd?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Or they could be 32nd again.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But I just know Bruce Arians historically has taken some teams and really put them in position
but
to compete. So
I don't know if they ever had a defense as bad either on Arians teams.
No, sure, and we're gonna have to see because they did make some changes on defense, not just the players, but they did have to fire some coaches and revamp that coaching staff over there on defense. But this is my surprise of the season. I think Tampa Bay gets a wild card in the NFC.
Yeah.
Falcons win the division. The Saints
don't make the playoffs.
I don't have the Saints making the playoffs, man. I don't have the Saints making the playoffs.
Please,
man.
Give me more, man. Please give me more of it.
My reasoning, for the Saints not making it.
Yeah, let me just tell you what I think.
Okay,
I think that you're sold on this Tampa Bay bowl pick.
Okay,
and because you're sold on the bowl pick, you're leaving the Saints out.
Well, I could swap the Falcons out for the Saints.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I could swap them out.
But you really believe that the Falcons are going to make the playoffs? The Tampa Bay is like a bold prediction, which I mean, I guess you could say you called it when it happens because you said it.
It's bold,
but it's not necessarily like you're 100% confident the Buccaneers are going to the playoffs, or are you?
No, I'm not confident.
Yeah,
I wasn't confident about Chicago either last year.
But you're more. But if you had to pick on who had a better shot of making the playoffs this year, the Saints or the Buccaneers?
Oh, I mean, if we're gonna base it on what they've done previously, obviously the Saints.
But forget what they've done.
Obviously,
if you just look at their roster right now.
Yeah, sure. I mean, and there's been rosters like the Saints that have missed the playoffs. So yes, on face value, yes, the Saints should make the playoffs. There's no question about it. But
what do you think happens with the Saints this year that they don't make the playoffs?
I just think, and I thought this would come true last year, but they overcame the Minnesota loss, and they got to the title game, and then the whole Roby thing happened with the PI not called, and they lost the game off of that. And it's like damn, like how many awful losses we got to go through just to get to what we got to get to. I'm not trying to say that this is a mental thing for the Saints, but football is a mental game, and this could take so much toll on the Saints at this point where I don't know. I think the roles reverse in this division, man. I mean, this is a division. Historically, teams don't repeat in this division often. So, I mean, and the Saints did, last couple of years. It's one in in many, but I don't know, man. I just got a feeling. I don't think the Saints are going to be terrible. I don't think they're going to be like 3-13 or anything like that.
But you see, like
that would be disrespecting them.
But you see, but you got to see. But if for you to have the Buccaneers in the playoffs, you're talking about at least 9-7.
At least 9-7.
And I would say in the NFC, you talking about 10-6 for real.
Yep.
And you don't have. Oh man. Hold on for a second.
I'm
about to say, put up the Buccaneers schedule. Let's see if you beat me to put up the Buccaneers schedule.
Okay.
Because you already got your internet up.
Let's see, because
I hear you. I in my mind, I just can't. I can't fathom the.
Okay, all right. So here we go. They open at home versus the Niners. I think they could beat the Niners at home. Garoppolo. We don't know.
I mean, that's a throw up. That's a toss up. If I'm trying to support y'all.
Yeah, I think I give them a W right there.
Okay,
and then they go to Carolina after that. I mean, I would lean a little more toward the L.
Okay,
right there, and then at home versus the Giants. You could force Eli to make some mistakes if you can stop Saquon. I think they could.
If that defense can stop Saquon, but I got you. Come on.
Yeah, I think it's.
So you're picking the
Giants.
Bucs.
The Giants ain't expected to be good.
Neither are the Bucs, but
so.
But you picking the
Bucs got some coaching though.
You picking the Bucs.
I'd pick Bruce Arians over Pat Shurmur.
But you picking you pick the Bucs over the Giants. So
yes.
2-1 right now.
Yep. Okay, at the Rams, that's a loss.
2-2.
Okay, at the Saints, tough. They did it last year, but I don't think they're gonna do it this year.
2-3.
So 2-3. Home versus Carolina, I think they could beat
3-3.
Carolina at home. Then at the Titans, I think they could beat the Titans on the road.
4-3.
Okay. At the Seahawks, I don't think they could beat the Seahawks.
4-4.
All right. Home versus the Cardinals, yeah, they could beat the Cardinals.
5-4.
Saints at home, I will give them the Saints at home.
6-4.
At the Falcons, they got to take an L right there.
6-5.
At the Jags, I don't even know how I feel about the Jags this year. Tough defense. Mm-hmm. Upgrade at the quarterback spot.
They need this game for your argument. I'm just going to say that.
Give them a W right there.
7-5.
Home versus the Colts. Winnable game. I'll give it to them.
8-5.
At Detroit, they could beat the Lions. I could see them losing to the Lions too. Give them an L right there.
9-6.
9-6. I think it's 9-5.
I lost 9-5. Am I?
Yeah, 9-5.
Okay, 9-5.
9-5. Okay, home versus the Texans. Home versus the Falcons. I think they beat the Falcons. I don't think they beat the Texans.
So you got them at 10-6.
10-6. That's 10. Hey, that's 10 right there. With Bruce Arians coaching.
Yeah, but you let's be very clear.
And Jameis ain't bad. Jameis not bad. They got Mike Evans is is a top 10 receiver.
Yeah, you reaching, bro. I'm just going.
All right.
I mean,
that's why I said it's a bold prediction.
I mean, you got your respect to reach. It's your world,
hey,
bro.
Man,
it's your predictions.
Because if I hit, man, I'm gonna.
Then you the man.
You know what I'm
you
saying?
was the man last year when you called the Bears.
Yeah. So
yeah, all right.
I got something. It's always a surprise.
How much of this is based on the fact that you try and shock the world again?
I'd say about 50% of it.
Okay,
about 50%.
Well, that's fair then. Then I get your reach there.
But let's be real. Bruce Arians, I don't think I was wrong in anything I said in regard to Bruce Arians as a coach. I think he does make a difference.
He's a good coach. I don't know if he about to turn this over in 1 year.
He turned them Cardinals around.
Cardinals had better situations though.
Yeah. Okay. I
mean, yeah, they
we'll
had,
see.
Yeah.
We'll see. Ron J, what's up, man? Holly Newsom and Shelly Q. I don't think I shouted you out earlier, what's going on, y'all? All right, NFC West.
Give me the Rams. Give me the Rams.
Yep, I'm with you.
I'll be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted to make an argument for the Seahawks, who I have as the wild card, the fifth seed.
Yep.
But I really wanted to make an argument for them winning.
Okay. Winning the division.
Yes, division.
Okay.
I just couldn't make it in my mind because the Rams, once again, one of the better defenses in the game, and they got the star power in Todd Gurley. They got Cooper Kupp is. I think Cooper Kupp is going to take another step.
Cooper Kupp's back. And the offense
as a whole,
is
the way
fluid.
they run,
it's fluid.
It's
man.
different. It's different.
And on defense, the defense could be better.
The defense
than last year.
It could be better. I think the defense will be better.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of people hold weight on them against with that Kansas City game. Mm-hmm. But you also got to give them props because in the playoffs they shut Zeke down.
They held the Patriots to 13 points in the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, yes, you do give the defense credit for that.
But defense ain't lose that game.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. But I'm with you with the Rams. I think they win the division. And this was tough for me because I was while I'm monitoring the Zeke situation in Dallas, I was looking at the Seahawks and the moves they made, and I don't know, man. Something about that Doug Baldwin cut doesn't sit right with me, man.
Well, he wasn't healthy. He wasn't going to clear. He wasn't healthy enough to be cleared to play.
Okay.
And I think that's what frustrated him.
Okay. I respect him for retiring and everything like that. That dude is reliable, man.
Yeah.
And I just think that when you lose somebody like that, who's not an all-star per se, but that dude is reliable. I don't know if you could replace that, man. And Russell Wilson's great, but
I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm looking for numbers out of DK Metcalf this year.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm looking for numbers from that dude this year.
Okay.
And
it was between them and Dallas, and I believe Zeke's gonna get the contract. He'll play in week 1. I give the edge to Dallas to get that wild card.
So just to recap, your NFC playoff picks are
Eagles, Packers, Falcons, Rams as division winners, and Cowboys and the Buccaneers as wild card.
Buccaneers just sounds crazy to me. To recap my NFC picks: Cowboys, Saints, Packers, Rams, Seahawks, and Bears as the 2 wild cards.
See, you said Seahawks and Bears
as the 2 wild cards.
Okay. So we agree on
4, I believe it is.
Okay. On Cowboy, you got the Eagles out, right?
The Eagles are out. Yeah,
you got Eagles out. You got Buccaneers out. Obviously, you got Falcons out.
Oh, so 3. Yeah, I got the Falcons out. Yes.
Okay. So Packers, Rams, Dallas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
I can't believe you got
Listen, man, I
the Saints out. I can't believe that. I hear you. I ain't gonna keep.
Gotta go with something, man. See if it stick. All right, AFC. Do we really got to go through the East?
Of course we do, just for conversation. For notation purposes. But
okay. Well,
obviously,
the Patriots is gonna win the division unless they show me something different. I don't care about Gronk retirement. I don't care about none of that.
It's really just because the playing field and the division is not good.
It's just, that. And, Miami clearly, of the other 3, is going to be the worst team in the league. Clearly.
How you feel about Buffalo? Sean McCoy's gone.
Buffalo, for me, is...
And we forgot to mention that. Sean McCoy gone.
Yeah. Where did he go? The Chiefs. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a good pickup for the Chiefs. Buffalo is borderline to me. They could be 7-9, 6-10. They could also be 8-8, 9-7. The defense is going to be good. Defense going to be good. Josh Allen in the second year. I don't know if they've really upgraded the weapons around him. John Brown,
Cole Beasley,
got a bunch of short receivers.
John Brown, Cole Beasley, Zay Jones is still there.
Ain't Kelvin Benjamin still there?
I don't think so, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
But I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, I don't like the offensive weapons for Josh Allen, per se. And who's their running back?
At this point, I don't know.
Yeah. I gotta find out what's going on.
Great question because and breaking news, Jared Goff got extended for 4 years.
Okay, what's the money look like?
It is It says, I'm just reading the headline. Expected to execute a 4-year extension and trending towards the largest guarantee in NFL history.
The largest guarantee?
It's trending towards that, is what the headline says.
Okay. 4-year extension. Tying him for next 6 seasons. So 4 years onto the 2
he already got 2
left.
years, right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm trying to figure out if anybody said anything about what the guaranteed money is going to be, if they're talking about.
Ian Rappaport says the deal should pay him more than $32 million per year, allow him to cash in early, so some of that guaranteed money is going to be front loaded into the contract.
Right. So what's I'm trying to figure out why they calling this the biggest amount of, or trending towards the biggest amount of guaranteed money.
Well,
what was the highest guarantee?
I guess what's the comparables, right?
That's what I'm asking.
Wentz got his deal, and I don't know what the guarantee money in his deal was, and somebody else I thought somebody else got an extension as a quarterback. That was Jacoby Brissett. He's got the 2 years, $15 million. Which no, I'm happy that he got it.
Yeah, but
I'm definitely happy that he got it. To me, that tells me that they believe in the guy. So
2 years, $15 million. Don't say.
Yeah, but how much was he making, and what did he do in the past?
Yeah, but 2 years, $15 million doesn't say they believe. That says we're giving you a shot to prove yourself.
Okay.
I don't necessarily say they believe in him. $15 million for a quarterback.
Well, I mean, they believe in him for the foreseeable future, like immediate future, I should say.
No, that's it.
I'm not saying that this deal was solidifying him to be their franchise quarterback. I'm just saying, just in comparison to what he got, and combine that with the amount of games he's played a couple of years ago, I'm glad they at least solidified that, hey, for this year and next year.
I think that was an honorable thing to do, is to pay him some money because he's about to have to play the entire year next year.
Right.
But I think that's respect. I don't think that's belief. They're looking for their quarterback right now.
I don't know.
If it's Herbert coming out of the draft or whoever they've been speaking about,
I don't know.
They're looking for their replacement.
They better not tank. They better not tank.
No, they're not going to. I don't think they're going to tank, but they're definitely looking for their.
Jacoby Brissett.
They're looking for their quarterback.
He need the ball. He's got a ball. But
he got a ball all-star, and
does he have to go like all out? Like, does he got to be like?
He got to put numbers up there with the big boys.
Okay.
I mean, this game, their team is catered towards a quarterback that's balling with the big boys.
So if his numbers were 20, let's say 24 touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
I mean, that's not a lot to go on, though, because if they getting a lot out of the running game, which they expect to get out of the running game,
right?
Not a lot, but they expect to get production out of the running game, then those numbers might not be so bad. What's the yardage looking like? How the defense playing? You know what I'm saying?
Sure, yards per play.
But they were but Andrew Luck, and I'm not saying they expected him to be Andrew Luck.
Yep.
But what I am saying is that Andrew Luck threw 39 touchdowns last year.
Sure. I don't feel like that running game was really like.
Yeah, they weren't like
top 15 or nothing like that. I think the Colts expect that to be the case this year. And if 24-9 are his numbers combined with the top 12 running game, I think those are good numbers for Jacoby Brissett to keep that job.
I don't know if they're going to keep that job to the next year.
For certain to keep it to the next year. Okay. But I think the 2-year window. I think if he can put those numbers up, and not because watching him in 2017, they were competitive. Mm-hmm. They were competitive. I just think they didn't win enough because they were surprised by the injury and all that stuff.
And because Jacoby Brissett didn't throw the best. They didn't look at him like a throwing quarterback.
Yeah, I think what's going to help Jacoby Brissett is the lack of turnovers. And he doesn't turn it over a lot. He doesn't make, a lot of mistakes. From what I've noticed.
So, do you think that they could eventually? Do you think that the Colts think signing him 2 years for $15 million, that they think that they got a Super Bowl caliber team with him at quarterback?
A Super Bowl caliber team
with him at quarterback.
I don't think they have a Super Bowl caliber team.
I'm saying, do you think that the Colts think that signing him 2 years, $15
I'm sorry,
million?
I don't think that the Colts think that right now. I mean,
do you think they think that he could develop into that?
I think he develop into that? Yes.
No. Not you. Do you think that the Colts
think that
signed him for 2 years, $15 million, which is $7.5 million a year? Do they think that he's going to eventually develop into a Super Bowl caliber quarterback?
I don't know. I don't know.
And the reason why I'm asking that is, of course you're not. Even if you thought that he could develop into a Super Bowl caliber quarterback, obviously you don't break the bank for him right now.
Right.
But $7.5 million is top backup money. Not even really.
Sure.
Like, they're underpaying him if they think.
But they were already underpaying him.
No. But they're definitely underpaying him now because he's the starter.
Yeah, but he.
No. A starter should not be making under $10 million a year.
No, I understand that point,
or 15 for that matter.
And let me be clear. I disagree with the terms of the contract, meaning 2 years, just 15, meaning what, $7.5 million a year.
That's disrespect.
I disagree with that based off of what Garoppolo got after not even 16 games. You know what I'm saying? Just based off of that contract, I disagree with what they gave to Jacoby Brissett. I'm just happy for the fact that they at least showed him some respect in that regard.
I don't think they showed him any respect at all. I think they just gave him a shot.
Because people are talking like, oh, Jacoby Brissett, he's not the dude. They're gonna find another quarterback. Brian Hoyer's going to take over at some point.
Oh, nobody believes. Nobody in their right damn mind believes that Brian Hoyer is going to take over.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, come on, Jacoby's going to start. He's not going to get benched. Like
for Brian Hoyer.
The Colts want to win. I mean, let me be clear. I believe the Colts want to win this year. Whether that means they want to get to the playoffs, they want to go to the Super Bowl, whatever. They want to win. I don't think they're looking at this like, oh, this is a lost season. They want to win. So you start Jacoby Brissett. That's it. End the story.
Right. My only thing is if he's going to start 2 years, $30 million. So he's getting $15 million. Okay. All right. Well, I take all that back. Thank you, RC. Thank you for clearing that up for me, because I thought I read that he was getting 2 years, $15 million, but you're saying he's getting $15 million a year. I take all that back.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, I take all that. If that's the case, then I take all that back, because I definitely thought I read 2 years, $15 million.
Okay, but I trust our RC, so.
Oh, no. Okay. You trusting niggas now? Hold on.
Well, with that information, I'm saying. I ain't saying I trust to do with my life.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about. You trust this nigga with the information? All of a sudden you trust...
With that...
I know exactly what you're saying. Why you trust him? You don't trust... There's plenty of people that put stats in here, and you don't trust them. You be fact-checking these other niggas.
Based off of history, man. You know these cats, man.
Yeah, you know these cats.
You know,
that's what I'm saying. You know these cats. Look up that man.
RC got a good history, though, man.
All right, well, respectfully, fact check that man. Respectfully, I fucks with RC. Stat check that man.
RC got a good track record.
Yeah, stat check that man.
But I think I'm.
Well, I hope he's right, because I like I said, I felt like they was disrespecting him.
Right.
That's what I felt like.
Let's see, 2 years.
Agreed to contract extension.
2 years. Okay. $30 million extension. Right. Okay, yeah.
Out again.
I'm
just saying, you just giving people respect.
I was Okay, I was just showing my confidence in RC.
Hey, man.
I was just showing some confidence.
Respectfully, RC. We don't know that.
I got faith in you, man.
But on some real shit, okay, then cool. But even still, they respect him and they respected him, and and that's cool.
Yep.
That's still not. We believe in you for the future, money. That's still.
No, I agree with that.
This is a prove it to me.
I think in these next 2 years,
if he balls, but he got to ball out to get.
Does he? I mean, but does the team have to ride on his coattail for them to make believe that
he got to at least be as good as Dak Prescott? Or does in these next 2 years? He's got to at least be as good as Dak Prescott in these next 2 years.
So he's just got to be efficient then.
He's got to at least. I mean, because Dak felt like he had the right to ask for $40 million when they offered him $30.
No, absolutely.
So you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
He got to at least be Dak Prescott to be. So when it's come time for him to be like, "Hey, I deserve a job. I've been just as good as Dak Prescott, who's probably going to get signed for $30."
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Somewhere in that 30, 32 a year.
Yeah, I think the biggest strength with Jacoby, one of the biggest strengths, is he doesn't turn the ball over that much. And I paid attention to quite a few of his games in 2017. He'll be fine.
But the only thing you're saying, and I'm not saying that's not important.
Right.
I'm just saying we got to prove. He's just got to prove.
No doubt.
He's just got a lot to prove this year. He's got to at least be Dak Prescott consistent in order to get paid starting quarterback money. This is a prove-it contract.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. We were talking about the Bills, right? So, look, Bills aren't making the playoffs.
Yeah, we're clear on that.
Yeah, they're not making the playoffs. Miami is a dumpster fire. Give me the Jets as a wild card.
Yeah, that's what I battled with.
I've been battling.
That's what I battled
with some teams.
I couldn't give it to him though.
You couldn't give it to him?
I couldn't give it to him.
Okay, I'll give the Jets a wild card.
Okay.
This year, Le'Veon Bell. I mean, I think you mentioned it last week. The question about can the offensive line
figure out
how to block for him
quick enough?
I think
especially it's not like he's been to camp all camp.
Sure, no question about it. The schedule, I think, is favorable for the Jets. NFC East is not, the big bad East. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They could beat the Giants. They could beat the Redskins. And if they could find a way to split between Dallas or Philly, I think they're in pretty good shape. Plus, they could beat up on the Dolphins. Got to be Buffalo. They probably split with them. And then, maybe they got to split with the Patriots. To be honest with you, too. I think they have to do that.
Okay.
If they're gonna, make a run at the playoffs. But I'll give them that. Patriots win the division. Jets get the wild card. I
got the Patriots in the division, obviously.
Sure. And nobody else.
No.
For a wild card.
No.
We'll go to the North last. AFC South. Where you at with that?
AFC South.
Yep.
Give me the Texans. I was ready to go with the Colts until the obvious happened.
Yep. Texans.
Hold on, I'm sorry. It's doing. Oh, okay. They're just doing a.
What is this? A drive-through?
There's a Facebook live stream of Ezekiel Elliott heading to the Cowboys facility.
Jerry Jones set this up?
I'm guessing. The Cowboys insider just texted me with information about the Cowboys.
Jerry Jones.
About how they're doing a live stream.
Jerry Jones got drones in the air.
Of course.
Following Ezekiel Elliott.
Hey man, it's why they're the best. It's why they're the best as far as
marketing. The marketing is lit.
They are worth the most money in the NFL, if I'm not mistaken, right?
They are.
Yep.
Yes, they are.
It's stuff like this.
And you know what else? I'm on Instagram the other day, and they got the Lids advertisement for some fitted hats. Mm-hmm. All 31 teams is on the advertisement, and the one team that's not on there is the Dallas Cowboys. And it's because they got some kind of thing going on there.
Want to know another story about the Dallas Cowboys?
Uh-huh.
So, you remember the Jeff Hamilton jacket?
I was just getting ready to mention that.
Mm-hmm. Jeff Hamilton jacket when they were in style in the early 2000s.
Yep.
Cowboy symbol is not on that jacket.
Nope.
And it took my uncle, who's a Cowboys fan.
Yep.
He's niggas. Oh, that this shit crazy, whatever. And and he was like, "Nah, they're not on here." And I was like, "Damn, I didn't notice it." Mm-hmm. And they weren't there.
Yeah, I think the way it's set up is the Cowboys, and in the lids situation, they don't want lids to profit off of
the Cowboys
paraphernalia. Mm. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's how
big
that works.
Business. Big business.
Yeah, one of the best, and Jerry loves this attention too. Yeah, by the way,
big business
loves this attention.
100%.
I agree with you about the Texans, and I did have the Colts leaning towards a wild card again, like last year. Mm-hmm. But obviously without luck this year, I think they fall short. I think the Texans, and especially with the moves they made, they got Tunsil, they got Stills.
Yeah.
I think Bill O'Brien is under some fire here. He got to get this team to the title game to keep his job, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And if this year,
okay,
this year he's got to get the Texans to the title game.
How did they do last playoffs? Remind me.
Lost to the Colts at home in the wild card game.
Wild card, yep.
And they've had a bunch of those weird losses in the playoffs. So you remember the Brian Hoyer game a few years back. So they've had a bunch of those where I think for the franchise, and Bill O'Brien's been there 6 years. I think this is the time to take the next step.
So let me ask you real quick, getting back to the Colts.
Yep.
So we don't have in the playoffs. We both agree they're not going to the playoffs this year.
Gotcha. Yep.
But what is a acceptable record for Jacoby Brissett and the Colts?
8-8.
8-8.
8-8. Yep.
That's all you expecting from them?
I'm expecting 8-8.
Okay. I mean, is that acceptable? We just talked about him possibly trying to keep this starting job after his contract is up.
Right.
Is 8-8 acceptable in the first year?
8-8 is acceptable as long as he's not the reason that they've lost maybe couple 3 games. Okay. To try to get in the playoffs.
Okay.
If it's because of the defense, or if it's because of maybe special teams or something, then he'll be fine.
Okay.
As long as he's not the reason they lose.
Gotcha.
So, AFC West.
Chiefs
winning the division, right?
Chargers at the wild card.
You still on the Chargers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, never go. It doesn't change that for me.
Okay.
And again, I know he's important.
Yep.
I just feel like they got 2 guys that are capable. If you put those 2 guys' efforts together, you can get what you need out of what you get from Melvin Gordon in a game situation, in most game situations. Give me the Chargers.
Okay.
As a wild card.
Okay. Yeah. The Chiefs are winning the division. There's no question about that. I'm really I really don't like the Melvin Gordon situation. I really think that changes things for them. To not have this guy in the lineup. I think I just don't think they can get to the playoffs without him. And it just my opinion. This is another bold pick, man. And I've been waffling, and it's not just this division. I've been waffling back and forth between who's going to be the second or first wild card. I mean, even with the Jets, I was struggling with that, but the Jets made some moves. They got the talent, I feel like, to make a run at the playoffs here. For me, it came down to 3 teams for me for the wild card. It came down to Jacksonville. Great defense. Quarterback position is improved. I'm still questioning the weapons around the quarterback, but Fournette's going to be healthy, so you got that situation there. Oakland, I'm questioning Derek Carr, and is that going to work with AB being there? Can John Gruden get this team?
You thought the Raiders had a shot to make the wild card?
I've been waffling with it because I think the AFC is, unless there was one point in the offseason where I thought unless you were the Dolphins and the Bengals and maybe the Bills that you had a chance in the AFC to make the playoffs.
No way. But go ahead. I have no way those guys have it. The only team I heard you say that got a shot in my mind was the Jets. None of these teams had a shot to make a wild card in my mind.
Well, Raiders, Jacksonville?
No.
So you don't have Jacksonville in the playoffs? Okay.
Nope.
Okay. That's interesting. Even without Andrew Luck not being there. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Look, man. With that being said, man, I think the Broncos get the second wild card.
That's ridiculous. But
I'm watching these games.
Watching what games?
The preseason games.
Man,
I'm watching the preseason games.
You only watch the starting offense play 2 snaps.
But not just for one team. I'm talking about like I've watched all the teams play, and I'm looking at their rosters and their situations.
Okay. I gotta let you shoot your shit. I just think that's ridiculous.
And again, I've waffled back and forth between the Jets, between Denver and Oakland and Jackson. I've waffled back and forth. I mean, look, this is tough because
it's not that tough for me.
It's tough.
I hear you. It's just not that tough for me. I don't even see.
Okay. It's.
But talk to me, Broncos. Talk to me about the Broncos. Because I still got Joe Flacco at quarterback. They still got Joe Flacco at quarterback. And last we saw of Joe Flacco, he wasn't nothing to be excited about.
Okay.
And I get it. Oh, he looks slimmer. He looks like he got a chip on his shoulder.
Well, I ain't even
fuck out of here with that.
Well, forget that narrative for a second.
Fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Well,
but go ahead, talk to me.
I'm not even on that train for real. But Vic Fangio, defensive coordinator, head coach. He's gonna. This defense is gonna be better than it was last year. I think Bradley Chubb's.
But we agree that the defense, if you had to blame it on a side of the football, it wasn't defense last year.
Oh, no question about it.
Right.
No question about it. But they did have their moments.
Sure. Just like the offense had good and bad moments.
Right.
But if you had to place the blame, blame on something,
it
was the offense.
It's the offense. No question about that. No, I don't know. I'm just a Bradley Chubb believer. I really feel like this dude is a beast. And when you got that guy and Von Miller, who I still think can get you, 14
still one
sacks.
Of the best in the game.
Yeah,
but you're saying
I still think he's top 5. I still think Von Miller's top 5. You got that guy on the other side of this guy. Good luck. good luck with that. And they re-signed Chris Harris.
Well, Chris Harris ain't really been the same.
So, I mean, he's not.
Yeah.
I
would rather.
He's on his way being away from his prime for certain.
I don't think he's in his prime now. I don't think he's been in his prime for the past 2 years.
How long you been in the league?
I don't know, but for the past 2 years, in my opinion, from the Chris Harris that I've seen play, he hasn't been that good. He hasn't been as good as he was with Talib on the other side.
Oh, okay, I give you that. I give you that. I thought when they cut him the first time, I thought, oh, that's bad. That's bad. They re-signed him. It's like, all right, he may be not the same, but he gonna give you some leadership in the secondary.
He still got to cover the number 1.
He at least gonna give you that.
They still expect him to cover the number 1, and I can tell you, he's going to struggle with Antonio Brown 2 times in a year.
Yeah, everybody's going to struggle with Antonio Brown.
But Chris Harris specifically,
everybody's going to struggle with Antonio Brown.
Historically struggled with Antonio Brown.
2011. Okay. Missed some games last year. For the first time. Okay, all right. I mean, I see your point.
I mean, I can't really base it on stats because it's hard for me to gauge cornerback stats.
Sure.
How good they are, because a lot of their stats is based on nothing happening. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
The receiver not catching the ball.
They don't get thrown to the side of the field. Yeah. I get
that's
that
hard
part.
to gauge.
I get that part of it. But
it's just me gauging it.
But overall, the defense, I think the defense is going to be better. I expect Bradley Chubb to be better than he was last year. I think Von Miller is still
Bradley Chubb
top 5.
was a double-digit sacker this last year.
Yes, he was. 13 and a half sacks.
You expect him to be better than 13 and a half sacks?
I think that dude can get you 17. I think he gets you 17 sacks. That dude is a stud, man. That dude is a beast, man. But let me get to the offense for a second here.
Philip Lindsay
and Royce Freeman. Don't forget about Royce Freeman.
No,
that dude can.
No, I can sleep on Royce Freeman.
The dude can fly.
No, I can sleep on Royce Freeman.
Okay, you sleep on him all you want.
Philip Lindsay is the guy I'm worried about on that offense.
But the dude can fly. And for me, Vic Fangio wants to run the football. And if you run the football with Joe Flacco at quarterback, he's going to be a better efficient quarterback than he was when the Ravens had him throw 40 times a game. As long as they stick to the philosophy of we gonna run the ball, we gonna play great defense, Broncos could win 10 games.
The disrespect.
If they can again. I think if they just run the ball. Don't make this guy throw 40 times. That's it. He'll be a better efficient quarterback if you do that. But if none of those things happen, then that's it for the Broncos. And if you want to call that my second surprise, next to the first surprise Buccaneers,
it was definitely a surprise because nobody got this team going to nobody has this team going to the playoffs.
Then so be it.
Yeah.
Then so be it. So that's my predictions on the AFC West.
AFC West, Chiefs and Chargers.
You Chiefs and Chargers. So who was your
Chiefs win the division, Chargers in the wild card.
Okay, all right, that's what's up. And I was just about to ask. So wait a minute, who's the other wild card? But we didn't even get to the AFC North.
AFC North.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
So where you at, man?
Steelers. Division,
Ravens,
wild card.
Okay, for me, we just flip flop.
Yeah, well, no, because you have the Jets in the playoffs. I thought you said you had the Jets. And
I'm sorry. Yeah, Ravens win the division.
That's disrespectful.
Pittsburgh's out.
Disrespectful.
Pittsburgh's out, man. So we're not buying the Cleveland thing, huh? We're not buying the Cleveland hype.
No, they'll be good. I don't think they're making the playoffs.
Okay. What you think a good win total for them is?
Well, that's a good win total would be 10 wins. I just don't know that they're getting it.
Could they get 10 and still miss out?
I guess it's possible.
Yeah, it's always possible.
Yeah. So I mean, they were 8-7-1 last year, maybe 9-7 without the tie.
Right.
I just can't see them. And let me be totally 100%. I didn't consider the Browns, but I should have.
Okay.
And
because you're concerned.
Because I'm concerned, yes, and so I should have. But still, I still got the Steelers winning the division. So my issue, concern, or to use your term, what I was waffling with was the 6th seed, which I had that was between the Ravens, the Jets, and the Browns. I just paid that defense enough respect because they're the top defense in the league, and the Ravens defense, and that Lamar Jackson is going to run for his life enough to cause problems.
Still,
yeah, I don't think he's going to be that much better than he was last year.
So what do you project? What are you thinking?
Well, tell me what his numbers were last year. Throwing numbers.
Throwing numbers, 58%.
Yeah, I think it'll stay somewhere similar to that.
Let's see. Yards game. Okay, six touchdowns. I mean, and again, we're talking
like
what?
He played like
7 games,
something like that.
We're talking 7 games, 58%,
and then he probably ran for like 5 or so touchdowns.
5 touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns, 6 throwing touchdowns, 3 interceptions. A lot of fumbles. I think for me, that's the big thing, is just minimize the fumbles and the turnovers. And I think you'll be fine.
So it's kind of hard to gauge, but if I had to, I would say if he threw 20 touchdowns, if he threw 20, let's say 24 touchdowns, I think 24 touchdowns is a good threshold. If he threw 24 touchdowns, with,
because that would mean he would be doubling it. If we're basing it off of the 6 touchdowns in 7 games, if you average it out, if he played the whole year,
maybe
he'd have 12 to 13 touchdowns. So basically doubling that total over a 16-game span for this year.
I would think he should be able to throw 24 touchdowns.
Okay.
I would think that. And then he should be able to run for, maybe 4 or 5 more.
4 or 5 more?
I think that number doesn't go up.
Okay.
Unless
especially if they want him to throw more.
Yeah.
I get that. I get that.
So I could see him at a strong 29 touchdowns if you count both.
Yep.
You should count both. So I would have him at a strong 29 touchdowns.
Yep.
Say, if he keeps it under, I don't see him keeping it under 10 interceptions. I could see him, if he has to throw
double-digit interceptions.
I could see him at like 10 or 12. Really, I could see him at about 15 if he has to throw the ball.
Okay. Like if they slow everything down.
If he has to throw the ball, I could see him throwing more interceptions. Okay. But I would gather that they're not going to have him throwing the ball much more than he has. Ingram is there, and I know he's not going to be a. But for all intents and purposes, he's probably going to be their main guy. Mark Ingram, I mean. So he's probably going to be their main guy toting the ball. I mean, they'll split with Edwards, but I'm assuming it would still be Edwards.
It'll be Gus Edwards. I think Justice Hill will equate into the situation.
I don't know about Justice Hill.
He looked good in preseason, and I think they expect him to be the speed guy. So that could definitely play into it as well. And Kenneth Dixon is still, if I'm not mistaken, I
heard he was on trade block.
Okay?
I heard.
I thought he got cut for real. I was getting ready to say he made the team, but I don't think he made the team. For real. I don't think he made the team. I'm about to fact check that real quick though. That's not going to tell me anything. I think he made the 52-man roster. He made the.
But to sum things up, you're 6 on the AFC.
No, he didn't make the roster. Yeah. My bad. He didn't make it. So to sum up my 6 teams in the AFC: Patriots, Ravens, Texans, Chiefs all win the division, and I got Jets and Broncos as the wild cards.
That is crazy. To sum up my AFC, the Steelers, Patriots, Chiefs, Texans, Chargers, and the Ravens make the wild card.
Okay. And let me just say about Pittsburgh, and I know I should never doubt the Steelers. You always give them the benefit of the doubt. Man,
over the Broncos and the Jets is what's fucking me up.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, maybe I should just pay some respect and just swap one of those 2 out for Pittsburgh.
Hey, brother, I ain't asking you to do that.
No, I'm not insinuating that. I'm just sitting because, truth be told, I did forget about Pittsburgh as we were in this discussion. I did forget about them, but I do question if they're going to miss AB and Le'Veon Bell. I mean, combined. I know Bell wasn't there last year.
Yeah, I mean, of course they're going to miss him.
I just...
You talking about generation talent in both of those players.
Yeah, obviously you're top 5 talent.
Obviously you're going to miss them.
Top 5 talent, man.
But it's the reason why I got Juju. I'm telling you, I got Juju having...
Juju's the number 1.
Got him having a number 1. I got him having a
1,800 yards?
1,800 yards.
1,800 yards for Juju?
That's high. I don't know if it's 1,800 yards.
I feel like the way your team constructed, that's what it's going to take.
Nah, I don't think it's going to take that because you can count on James Conner having 1,400 yards on purpose. You can if he stays healthy. You can count on that.
Okay.
If you get Juju at I would have Juju at more of the 1,500, 1,500 range this year. But I mean, Vance McDonald was going to be there. Look, say what you want about James Washington, but I'm giving him an opportunity this year to step up.
Dante
Moncrief. I'm giving him an opportunity. I mean,
I drafted him, by the
way. Dante Moncrief, and by the way, Dante Moncrief ain't going to be 1,200 yards receiving. Dante Moncrief is going to get you. I think Dante Moncrief is going to get you 7-something 5 touchdowns. I think he's going to get you that.
Okay.
I think he's going to get you that. Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's going to get you 700, 5 touchdowns, maybe, somewhere in that range. I think he's going to get you that.
What about the defense? Defense, huh?
Defense is going to be I think the defense will be a little bit better than they were last year.
I think interior-wise, I think y'all will be slightly better.
The problem is, and I said this earlier today when I was having this conversation about Pittsburgh, that our defensive coordinator has to be able to get them out of situations better when they look at what's going on.
Right.
Now, and somebody said to me, well, what about the quarterback on the defense?
Yep.
We don't have a quarterback on our defense right now. He left with Shazier.
Yeah.
Nobody was capable of picking that role up.
Right.
So it's got to be somebody that's it's got to be the defensive coordinator. It's got to be Keith Butler that's able to say, no, this ain't right. He got to be quick with it. I don't know how it works or how it's going to work, but he's got to be able to get them out of situations where they are clearly just lining up the number one receiver into the slot and leaving him to a linebacker. That's got to stop. That's just got to stop. And I would hope for Keith Butler's job's sake that he would be able to fix that this year.
I think the two other questions I have with Pittsburgh, first and foremost, rest in peace to Darryl Drake, Steelers wide receiver coach. And I forgot to mention that a few weeks back when it first happened, but rest in peace to him. Historically, and I don't know how long he's been there. Not long. Darryl Drake, not long? Okay.
He's been on the staff, but not as a receivers coach. Richard Mann was the guy when we were considered one of the better receiving corps in the game. It was Richard Mann who was there. So.
Okay. So maybe I'll kind of temper my question, off the strength of that.
Yeah.
Because I questioned, how does losing him affect the receiving corps just from a coaching standpoint.
Yeah, I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know that. I know that he was an influential coach in that locker room. I don't know that changes the trajectory of what this offense is going to do.
Okay. But I'll temper that.
And I'm saying I don't know.
Okay. I'll temper it just being that he wasn't the wide receivers coach for that long.
Yeah.
Because, y'all have a history of, making wide receivers, better than what they are. And then Mike Munchak not being, the offensive line coach anymore. I think that's a big deal, man.
They still look good, though. And I'm going to tell you, and I'm just telling you what it looked like, because I'm watching this dude. He looked like an offensive line coach, man. I forget his name.
Okay.
He looks solid.
Okay.
I think we'll be fine.
I just think that it's legit.
And I tell you this, and I know, and I'll say this for Pittsburgh, and it's not a big sample size, but I watched the Chiefs preseason game and the Titans preseason game.
Yep.
For both games for specific reasons. I wanted to see how the defense did against Patrick Mahomes. All the starters were in against Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes didn't do nothing.
Right.
And obviously I'm not sitting here saying like, yo, our defense official now, we stopped Patrick Mahomes for 2 series.
Right.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that we're capable of doing it. That's number one.
Y'all got to play him this year or no?
No, but I'm always going to be concerned about him if I think we're going to the playoffs.
Sure.
So, and then this third game,
the third game, obviously, because all the starters were in for over half the game.
Right. But I'm saying that because the defense, and I get it, it's just the Titans. The defense made...
The defense is good, though.
They look good against the Titans. And the offensive line held up against the Titans. And the Titans do have a...
Titans' defense is good.
They have a decent defense. They held up just fine. I'm pretty sure Roethlisberger wasn't sacked once. Wasn't touched once.
Okay.
Okay.
I watched the 2 touchdown throws. Pretty good throws.
And Mason Rudolph looks good. I'm not saying he's ready to be the successor right now, but in these preseason games, he's clearly outplayed Josh Dobbs. I just wanted to make that be known for Pittsburgh.
So Josh Dobbs is the number 3?
He's the number 3 right now. Yes.
Okay.
He's the number 3.
Okay. Would you prefer Dobbs or
no? I would prefer Mason Rudolph.
Okay.
Josh Dobbs has a skill set, but it's not coming through on the field.
Right.
He's being outplayed in the preseason.
Okay.
Literally all preseason.
He's getting the opportunity.
There wasn't a moment where Mason Rudolph didn't outplay Josh Dobbs this preseason.
Okay.
Yeah. So
as long as he's getting the opportunities.
Yeah.
For certain. Hey, give me that beat, man.
Are we ready to do picks?
Yeah, man.
We don't want to predict the MVPs yet.
My bad. MVP for 2019.
I'm gonna just tell you, this is a redemption pick for me. I want Drew Brees to get it because he didn't get it last year, and I get that he kind of played himself out of it,
right,
with his last couple of weeks, last regular season, and with Mahomes doing what he did. But I think it's downright disrespectful that Brees hasn't had a season MVP.
Yep.
If he balls, he should get it. Dark horse pick though.
We got dark horse too. Okay.
Christian McCaffrey.
Okay.
Christian McCaffrey.
I know someone that would be steamed about that, but
of course, I do it to piss people off. But in real life.
But okay,
that's my. I'm not saying, but dark horse pick.
Okay,
look out for Christian.
I think
McCaffrey.
That's a good dark horse pick.
Yeah.
I mean, Cam's not healthy. In Carolina, if they want to go somewhere, that's the dude they gotta. I mean. That's the best playmaker on the team. I mean,
he's one of the better playmakers in the league.
Right. He's better playmaker than Cam at this point, right?
At this point, I guess yes.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. So, for me, MVP, Aaron Rodgers. I'm going with him.
Okay,
I'm going with Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
And if I had to pick a dark horse, if I had to go with a dark horse guy to win MVP, Ezekiel Elliott.
Okay.
Why not? Get the man his money. The man gonna eat. Man.
He'll probably be in the conversation anyway.
Yeah. Get them touchdowns. He'll be right there. All right, let's hit that music. Let's get these picks in for week 1.
I'm gonna tell you, I probably end up changing this beat.
Okay.
This don't sound like we ready to make picks right here. This sound like
what does it sound like?
Sound like we're ready to smoke one. I feel like somebody need to be rapping right now. Like
word, right? Like I'm in the booth or something.
Yeah.
All right, we get the kickoff game Thursday night. We got the Packers at the Bears. Who you got, man?
I guess I'm gonna respect Aaron Rodgers and give it to the Packers this time. I think last year was a little much.
Yeah, that
Khalil Mack was on edge.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Even though they blew that game, but
give me the Packers.
Yeah, I'm going with the Packers, man. I think this is the game where Aaron Rodgers sets the tone for the season, not just the game. So I'm picking Green Bay in that situation, and then we got the Sunday games. 1:00 games. So you got the Titans at the Browns. I'm going with the Browns at home.
100%.
No doubt. Ravens at the Dolphins.
Give me the Ravens.
Yep, got the Ravens over the Dolphins. And we got the Falcons at the Vikings. Where you at?
Give me the Vikings at home.
I will take the Falcons on the road.
Okay.
Bills at the Jets.
Give me the Jets at home.
I'll take the Jets too. Redskins at the Eagles. Give me the Eagles at home.
Eagles at home.
Rams at Carolina.
Give me the Rams on the road.
I'll go upset special here. I'll take Carolina.
I was thinking about it too,
at home.
but I can't do that.
All right. Chiefs at the Jags.
Give me the Chiefs on the road.
I'll take the Chiefs too. Colts at the Chargers.
Give me the Chargers.
I'll take the Chargers too. Bengals at the Seahawks. I'm taking the Seahawks.
Yep, give me the Seahawks.
Giants at the Cowboys.
Cowboys, I'm sorry. I don't know why I hesitated. Kevin Cowboys.
Yeah, ain't nothing to think about, man. I'm going Cowboys here. I'm going. Hey, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
How long before Daniel Jones gets the first start?
I don't think he'll get a start. I think Eli Manning will be better this year.
Okay.
I don't think he'll get a start this year.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I'd give it week 7.
Okay.
I give it week 7. Lions at the Cardinals.
Lions.
Yeah, I'm going Detroit on the road here. I don't trust Arizona. 49ers at the Bucks. Give me the Bucks.
Give me the 49ers.
All right. The Sunday night game. Steelers at the Patriots. I know where you're going with it. I'm just, and I hate these two teams. So
give me the Steelers.
If I would have said, "Hey, I'm gonna just predict the tie here," and it actually happens, I'd feel better about myself. But give me the Patriots there.
Yeah, give me the Steelers, man. And let me say this about the Patriots. They'll win a division because they'll win a division.
Yep.
But let's not get all excited and think this team about to go to the Super Bowl and all this crazy shit.
I don't have them in the Super Bowl.
I don't have them in the Super Bowl at all. And and they'll have to, and I think they'll have to play the wild card game. I think they're getting a bye this year. I think they'll have to play if they're gonna go there.
They're gonna be had this year, man.
Yeah,
this is it.
I'm tired of it.
This is it, man.
I'm tired of it.
All right, 2 Monday night games. Texans at the Saints. Texans at the Saints.
At the Saints.
Yep.
Give me the Saints at home.
I agree with you there. I'm going with the Saints at home, and then Broncos at the Raiders.
With Wild, I don't think the Oakland Raiders are going to be a good team this year. Give me Oakland at home.
Okay.
Oakland at home.
Okay. Has Oakland's defense really gotten any better?
Probably not.
Yeah. I think the Broncos get this running game started, and I just think they run all over the Raiders.
But I think they are going to make a concerted effort to get the ball to Antonio Brown early and often.
Okay.
To let the NFL
test that
know.
Chris Harris test.
Well, not even about that. It's really just going to be about the putting the NFL on notice, like AB here.
All right,
and he ready to play.
Okay,
I think he gonna get him the ball.
Okay, yeah. All right. I'll go Denver here.
Yeah,
and see where we go from there. So that's the week 1 picks. Glad to have football back, man. It's been a quick summer, man. I'd have to say. I mean, we've done a lot. We've been on road trips and stuff, and it feels like I'm still doing road trips. But this summer went by really fast, and I'm happy that football's back. And even amidst controversy and Jay-Z still getting, shitted on.
Speaking of Jay-Z, Jay-Z has kind of set his ambassadors for this Football Inspire program.
Yep.
I don't know if you read who these people were.
Who's going to perform?
They're like the ambassadors, the people that they are going to use to start trying to promote this Inspire Change initiative that they started.
Okay.
They've chosen 3 artists, one being Megan Trainor, who I didn't really get. Doesn't really have Rhapsody and Meek Mill.
Meek Mill, yeah. Okay, that's where I was going with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, I can't speak to Megan Trainor. I don't know nothing about what she does and all that. What I do know is that he had to pick somebody that appealed to a white audience.
Sure.
But what I will say is that picking Meek Mill and Rhapsody are fire choices,
and especially Rhapsody. I'm so happy for Rhapsody that she's got this much.
She got the right deal
platform.
At the right time, man.
Yeah, I'm so happy, and we talk about how she's one of the better female MCs, but she don't get that like mainstream love because she don't show enough skin. You know what I'm saying? And now she's got this platform. I'm so happy for Rhapsody, man. I can't say nothing else. Better about that. So,
and the album is fire. Rhapsody Eve. If you ain't heard it,
out.
Go listen to it. It's fire. What else could be said about Meek Mill? Fire.
No doubt.
And shout out to Megan Trainor too. You got picked for something.
Yeah.
So shout out to you too.
I wonder, moving forward with the Inspired Change and, the concert and everything, I guess my hope was that they were going to do one of these like every week. They pick an NFL city per week and they pick select artists, and even if you have the same artist do maybe multiple weeks, something like that.
Well, I don't know exactly what Inspired Change is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I just know that they chose these 3 artists to do some type of a branding, and to help move along the initiative.
And they're doing this pregame Thursday or halftime.
Is that what they're doing? I don't know what they're doing. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're performing.
Okay. I didn't know when Inspired Change.
This is
they're performing on Thursday.
They're performing on Thursday in Chicago.
Okay,
where the Bears game is going to be at.
Okay,
I was questioning whether it was going to be halftime or pregame. I do believe it's pregame.
Okay,
but obviously there's going to be some proceeds that are going to go into social injustice programs.
Right.
And I know a lot of people are not happy about that in terms of, we've been doing that. Kaepernick's been doing that. We want to see something different.
Let the NFL do it too. What's your problem? Let the NFL do it too.
I just think niggas just want to be mad just to be mad.
That's fine. And let them be mad.
You know what I'm saying? That's just my feeling about it. Let the man do his thing. Special shout out to the folks in the chat room. Also, shout out to the people out there listening who's not in the chat room. Again, we appreciate y'all listening every week. Mochi says, big up the Rock Nation and Puma for keeping Nipsey's vision alive as well. No doubt about that. If you got nothing else, man, I'm ready to rock and roll, man. I gotta pick people up on the way home. So, peace out, y'all, and we'll catch y'all next week.
This episode of Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast can be listened to on barbershopsportstalkpodcast.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Play. You can follow us on our Instagram at Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast, on our Twitter at Barbershop SPOR2, the Facebook page, and our YouTube page. If you have any questions or comments about the show, or if you want to be a guest, please email the show at barbershopsportstalk1